Green. All right, now how do I advance?
Green one.
The big green one?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. So thanks, Noreen. That was terrific. Thanks for sharing the journey of Origin Green. I'm Michele Fite, and as Joy said, I'm the president of the Dairy and Culinary Division of CARI, Taste and Nutrition. And I want to thank the sponsors of Women in Agribusiness for allowing Noreen and I to come up and talk about Origin Green and also to share CARI's story, our journey in our dairy supply chain sustainability and our participation in Origin Green, because it's a very important part of how we have driven sustainability throughout our company, but also how we are bringing sustainability to the marketplace. So it's one thing, as Noreen was talking about, how we can, as a company, set sustainability metrics, and we can put in our mission statement, and we can set all these goals. But then how are we actioning that in the business world? And how are we delivering it in industry? And then how are we making money on that? Because, you know, everybody loves to talk about it, but how are we turning it into a sustainable business value proposition for ourselves? And that's what I'm going to link to, because we are able to actually export what we're doing with Origin Green in Ireland here in the United States. And we're starting to turn that into a real sustainable business for ourselves. So for those of you in the room who don't know who CARI is, we are a taste and nutrition business that services food, beverage, and pharmaceutical industries. You won't see our label on any of those products because we serve the food, beverage, and pharmaceutical industries, the things that are inside of those products. We are based in, our corporate headquarters are based in Tralee. Did I say it right? Tralee. Okay, so I'm not Irish, and you can see I don't speak quite as fast as Noreen. But our corporate headquarters are based in County Kerry, Ireland. And our corporate headquarters here in North America are in Beloit, Wisconsin. And it's no coincidence that the two important headquarters of our company are located in strong dairy farming regions. And that's because our company, which was started 50 years ago, started as a small private dairy company in Southwest Ireland. And we evolved to a dairy co-op in 1974. And since that time, we've evolved into a global taste and nutrition company that now has 130 manufacturing sites, 25,000 employees that are operating across 127 countries. Now, sustainability is at the heart of everything we do. It's not just a word that we like to say and, you know, talk about and high five in the hallways. It's at the heart, as you see here in our mission statement. You see it in our objectives, in our operations, and in our supply chain. You can find it in our R&D strategy. We have thousands of innovation projects globally, and 50% of those innovation projects are focused on delivering sustainability technology to our customers globally. You find it in our product portfolio. Currently, 30% of our product portfolio, the products that we deliver to our customers, have sustainability value propositions. And then you also find it in our corporate culture. So how we live day to day in our offices and what we do, we live sustainability. We like to say we live a green life, but you feel it in how we drive our corporate values. That's why we're so proud to be a part of a founding member of Origin Green and driving our principles. So Origin Green and all of that Noreen was describing of how the measures are defined, how the standards are set, all of Origin Green is the cornerstone of what we call our Toward 2020 sustainability platform. How we are driving to meet our own sustainability goals. But importantly, it's fundamental to how we deliver credibility on sustainability. So Noreen described setting and defining all those metrics and measurements and how it builds food and the food programs in Ireland. We then take that and we're using all of those metrics and measurements, and we're creating that for credibility in our value chain. So when we talk at the early point of the value chain to our farmers that we do business with, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, it brings credibility to our sustainability program. And then as we move through our value chain to our end partners, our food customers, it creates and bolsters our reputation. Because remember I told you we have 30% of our product portfolio carries sustainability value propositions, which means that our customers are going to turn around and sell to you, the end consumer, a product that has something to do with a sustainability message. Why would they believe us? Why would they trust that it improves the carbon footprint? Why would they believe that? Because we've partnered with Origin Green and we are exporting all of those metrics, that measurements, the standards, the trust that's coming from the hard work that the Board WIA has done through Origin Green, and we're exporting that from Ireland and bringing it here. And you may think, well, wait, that's over in Ireland. Who cares? It actually has such a powerful reputation, and the program has gained such traction, as Noreen was describing, over the last 6 years, that it carries a very powerful reputation here now in the U.S., and major food companies care about that, and they place tremendous value in it. And we use that as a very powerful lever of trust, believability, and credibility. So Noreen talks about this as a journey, and that we're building, and we're growing, and we're continuing. And so we at Kerry have a vested interest. We're one of the largest food companies based in Ireland. We're a proud founding member, and we're on this journey with Origin Green because we believe that this is a competitive differentiator for us, that we stand apart from others in the food industry because of the powerful credibility that this gives us. So I'm going to jump ahead about how we utilize this within our supply chain. So one of the great things about Origin Green, and Noreen mentioned this as well, is that it's a farm-to-fork sustainability program. It goes in and validates at the farm. It independently verifies in the milk production system. And Kerry is known internationally, has a reputation internationally because of that independent verification. And we're trusted for that. We have in Ireland, Kerry does, over 3,200 farms that supply our dairy, our liquid milk pool. So we're a piece of those 17,000 farms, not 18,000 farms, 17,000 farms. And those 3,200 farms that we have in the Kerry system provide 1.2 billion liters of milk that we then process in 3 state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities. Origin Green is verifying and independently measuring those to ensure our credibility on sustainability. And in 2017, in the fall of 2017, Board WIA certified Kerry's system here with that SDAS certification. I don't know if you saw that slide. Noreen went by it pretty fast. But it's a certification on Sustainability Dairy Assurance Scheme. And that certification may sound like, what does that mean? Why do I care about that? Here's why that matters. That certification is something that we are turning into business value here in the U.S. And our customers are looking at that and saying, that's what gives credibility around sustainability metrics. And my consumers care about that. And so let me talk about why consumers care about this. And this is going to tie into the last presentation we just saw about consumer trends. So Kerry has conducted its own research with consumers as well on clean label. And we've done our own big studies. And it was important for us to understand on clean label, what do consumers care about? Because we're doing all of this work with Board WIA and Origin Green, and we're doing all of this work on our own supply chain. So how do we connect that with these consumer trends? Well, first, consumers told us they care about simplicity. They want the ingredient label to be incredibly simple, right? They don't want all this fancy schmancy chemical kind of stuff on it. And this isn't every consumer, but this is consumers that are really willing to pay a premium for products. And for us and our dairy products that we are providing to our customers, this meant non-GMOs. Now, we will provide our customers GMO products all day long. But we needed to ensure that there was a portion of our portfolio that provided non-GMOs, and consumers want simple ingredient labels and non-GMO offerings. Secondly, consumers want a backstory. Now, the former presenter, I think her name was Elizabeth, right? So Elizabeth was describing local, hyper-local. We heard it in terms of backstory. And so for us and our partnership with Origin Green, this had to do with cows grazing in green grass in Ireland, where there's lots of rain and they graze all year long. And it's pretty weather, and we take care of them, and we're not mean to them, and it's all nice and great animal welfare. That's what they wanted in the backstory. And we could give them this beautiful story and great message about how we connect traceability back to the story of where they come from Ireland. And I know this may sound crazy, but they love that story about how we import from Ireland and how those cows are taken care of back in Ireland. And then the third piece is around sustainability. And this is where that certification on SDAS comes. The consumer wants to know how we are taking care of the environment and what is our footprint. How are we polluting? What does that mean? We're not necessarily labeling, as Noreen said, we're not labeling any of this on the packaging, but some of our customers are using the data on their websites. They're connecting back to the information that we're getting that's supplied back from the information and the methodologies that Origin Green is providing. So this is the consumer trend information that's connecting back to the work we're doing with Origin Green. Now you have to think about, so what's the market for this? How am I going to now make money off of this? Well, first, there's a growing grass-fed market for us. So it's not yet $1 billion here in the US, but look at the CAGR. In the last 3 years, 34% grass-fed. And so by utilizing grass-fed dairy from Ireland, I'm capturing a big consumer trend that's hot and moving fast. So I've got a big market opportunity here. The next biggest market opportunity is non-GMO. And being able to capture this butterfly seal, non-GMO project verified. You're probably all very familiar with this. It is a $19 billion market here in the US. And the benefit of this seal is not only the size of this market, but the premium price it offers over conventional products. We have every one of our customers are wanting this. That certification that Origin Green provides us, that SDAS certification, and the verification through Origin Green and independent audits allows us to provide this independent certification and this project verified seal to our customers, which then allows them to be in a market that's hot, that's growing, and allows them to capture a premium price. This is the business value proposition that we are, through the partnership of Origin Green, now capturing a big market. This is why we have converted so much of our product portfolio into sustainability value propositions, and are creating a sustainable, pardon the pun, but a sustainable, profitable, growing piece of our business. Now, the challenging thing here for our customers in our market is that there is tremendous demand, but there's not the supply here in the U.S. It's a tremendous opportunity for Kerry because we have the supply coming in from Ireland, but there's not the supply, as much supply here in the U.S. And that's because we don't have the same land access for grass-fed. We don't have the same land access and opportunity for non-GMOs, and we're struggling with some of the same certifications. As Noreen said, we want to export the Origin Green model. The more we could export that, I know Mary was just telling me she's running off to California to try to talk more about Origin Green. And the more we could export this model, the more business opportunity there is for us here in the U.S., because I'm trying to build the case that there is so much consumer demand and so much business opportunity. We see it at Kerry, and the more we can replicate this, there is opportunity. And what I really love is the opportunity there is here for pricing, because consumers are willing to pay a premium. And you see where the little Kerry dot is in the middle here? This is what we're doing with our sustainability portfolio. Less expensive than organic, but more expensive than conventional, and our customers are driving this, and the consumers are pulling it off the shelf. So it's a tremendous opportunity, and we're grateful for the partnership with WIA and Origin Green and what this has done to propel Kerry and our growth and our strategy. So I want to thank you for the opportunity. I know Noreen says thank you as well. We have a few minutes left, and so I'm going to turn it over to questions and give you the chance to ask us a few things. All right.